Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting, April 9th, 2019. Roll call.
Murray?
Here.
Councilman Smith?
Here.
Councilman Phelps?
Here.
Councilman Steuben?
Here. Councilman
Whitener?
Here.
At this time, I'll ask everyone to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please stay standing. Dear Heavenly Father, keep me to the town, conduct this business for the town of Fremont, and make sure that we all get home safely. Amen.
Were there any changes to the minutes from the public hearing March 12th, 2019?
Will they be accepted as read?
Roll call.
Whiteman?
Aye.
Phelps? Smith?
Aye.
Kiefer?
Aye.
Murray?
Aye.
4 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 abstain.
Were there any changes to the minutes from the regular meeting on March 12th, 2019?
Make a motion to take them as read. Second that?
Roll call.
Murray?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Phelps? Kiefer?
Aye.
Whiteman?
Aye.
4 ayes, 0 nays, 1 abstain.
At this time, we'll go into the reports. First up is the Justice Report from Justice Betsy Farley. To the Fremont Town Board, court was held every Monday. And attached, please find the information related to my monthly submission report to the State Comptroller Justice Court Fund. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Justice Farley. Next up is from the Assessor Holly Small. Dear board members, the following report will bring you up to date on the activities of the Assessor's Office since my last report. I have been busy working on preparing the tentative roll, special franchise, certifying state land exemptions and telecommunications, as well as continuing to process monthly transfers, escrows, and other miscellaneous administrative duties. I am continuing to do field review and updating property record cards, as well as working on open building permits and doing field review to verify recent sales. The cutoff date for processing the tentative roll is April 10th. The tentative roll will be filed on or about May 1st. Grievance is scheduled on May 29th from 10 a.m. to noon and from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Town Hall. Once again, if there are any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me. Holly Small.
If somebody has a grievance, do they have to call and make an appointment or get on a schedule or something like that, or can they just show up and go to it?
Seems to have his appointment.
Yeah, if anyone wants her email address, let me know.
A lot of information.
But it does seem like you could almost show up.
No.
No? Okay.
Does she ever put her hand on the door so people can
So she puts her office hours, and then if she won't be here. And then with her email address. Yeah, website.
What, just agree, I need to verify that.
Yeah, and see if people can stop by. Next up is a report from the Code Enforcement Officer, John Leonard Jr. No permits were issued. 2 complaints and 84 miles traveled. And then we have the dog control report by Deborah Matthews, DCO. March 11th, mailed 2 failure to license tickets from January late renewal list. Owner failed to comply by deadline given to town clerk's office. March 14th, complaint call, 6 dogs left on property, all mixes. Complainant requesting all dogs to be picked up. State Route 55, DCO found. Dog owner moving out of state. Landowner relative refusing to surrender dogs to owner. Family domestic issue. Report a follow-up to the police. March 26th, delivered appearance tickets to court for 4/15/19 court date. March 29th, attempted to notify a dog owner of dismissed ticket due to late report of deceased dog after violation had been mailed. No answer. 2 attempts to call, no answering machine, reached owner by phone, and dismissed the violation. Next up is Ron Smith.
Feel free.
You want to read your own report?
No, that's fine. You do a good job.
Plowed and sanded roads, removed grader, plow and wing, installed new cutting edge and stingers. Took grader around and fixed roads. Took plow and wing off 95 Mac to haul gravel and ditchings. Serviced excavator. Installed boom on John Deere tractor. Cut trees and brush on back street. Opened up seasonal roads. Took mining and excavator training. Serviced roller and removed snow fence. And then, do we have anything from the planning board? Zoning Board of Appeals?
Nothing to report as far as business, but I did tender my resignation from the zoning board of appeals to the town board, making room for a new member and a new chairman.
I'll read Ron's letter a little further on in the agenda. Thank you, Ron.
You're welcome.
So at this time, let's move on to new business. At the last meeting, we discussed the policy against discrimination and harassment. Did everyone look through that and feel comfortable with it? So we need a resolution to approve that.
Make a resolution to approve the town of Fremont's policy against discrimination and harassment.
Roll call?
Kiefer,
Aye.
Whitman,
Aye.
Phelps,
Hi.
Smith. Aye. Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nay, and 0 abstained.
So in the last couple months, the Department of Health they decided they wanted to change a few things on the septic systems. And the code enforcement officer, along with Allen Engineering, worked with him to continue this local waiver program. What he originally wanted to do is have all new home constructions, everything sent to the state, and it could have taken 6 months for the review process. And so they fought very hard to keep this local waiver in place for the county. We applied for it back in 2012, and it's a 5-year renewal. I did draft a letter to the Department of Health requesting the local waiver again. It will be for a raised fill system, a sand filter system, and a fluent pump. And then the aerobic treatment unit with downstream modified shallow absorption trench system will be turned over to the Department of Health for their approval. So, Jody Allen, she's the engineer that does a lot of the septic systems. And she's been working hard with the towns. She pretty much said if the town wants to continue to let the code officer do the inspection of the installed systems, for those other systems, that's okay. If the town wants to require that all systems be inspected by the engineer, that's also okay. If I am the engineer, I charge $300 for the inspection. This is paid by the property owner. Do you have any questions, Steve?
Well, I have a lot of them.
Okay, go ahead.
I just am wondering, for all these different types of systems that they're talking about, do they have a standard fee for those? And if so, where are they posted so people can see them?
I think John Leonard would go and meet with people in the field and tell them what the fees are. And then part of this, basically what they've done is they put together a bunch of general engineering specs for all septic systems. And then they pick and choose which one is needed and say, here's your plans. Let me see here.
It used to be easy years ago.
What?
It used to be a lot easier years ago,
Not anymore.
that's for sure.
Can the building inspector determine what type of,
Yes.
he can determine, right? When he goes out there, he can determine.
$300 he should.
No, that's
No,
that's the engineer.
Yeah, it won't be no $300 if he can do it.
And that's kind of where it was going with the state. Everything would have had to be submitted to the state, and it would have taken a long time.
And it was gonna cost a lot more money if that hadn't been passed back when we did the first one. It was one of the reasons for more, because you got a set, I think you have 4 different models you can choose from and pick the one that best fits the situation.
Yep, and John Leonard would actually, he would choose it, but if it's an affluent bed or aerobic treatment unit with downstream modified shallow absorption trench, that would have to go to the Department of Health. And usually when you use that, you don't have good ground.
Yeah,
It would
that's
fail
a-
its perk test.
That's a raised bed
Yep.
system, is what it is.
And they use a lot of that around the lakes.
Yeah, I've put them,
This waiver comes up every 5 years. It's just a standard, you know, I don't know why you would want to switch and get the state involved, really, for the, you know, with Allen Engineering either. It's just a big expense for all the residents.
So the waiver is a very good thing for the town, to let the code enforcement officer that is trained with it, you know, handle it.
So you want a motion to approve the request letter for the waiver?
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Roll call?
Whitman,
Aye.
Phelps,
aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Kiefer,
Aye.
Murray.
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstentions.
So next up is a resolution for the town to contact local contractors to obtain quotes for the following. The Justice AC unit, the opening needs to be increased, and the town clerk's window needs to be moved up and made a little larger.
I thought they had someone to do the Justice air conditioning.
I don't think he's coming back.
No.
What do you have to do, put an ad in the paper then? See if we can find somebody that will respond to it,
Yeah.
both sides of it?
Asked for bids.
No, we don't need bids.
No?
No, not going our purchasing cost.
Okay.
Do you have to do an ad, or can you make some phone calls with people?
We could make phone calls too.
There's nothing in the
So you know
policy that
Nick.
says we have to.
Well, no, and I just, in general, I mean, call 3 people, you guys can do it. And sometimes those newspaper ads are a waste of money, then nobody calls you,
Yeah.
Mhm.
as they say. I don't wanna get involved in the town.
somebody coming Sunday, Saturday or Sunday
For the AC unit?
for the AC unit.
Okay.
Jeremy?
Yep.
Jeremy's contracting? Okay. Is he gonna give us a quote?
She's got him coming to look at, she's got him coming to do some work at her house, and he was coming to look at that.
Okay.
So you probably could look, if you tell her,
I'll text her.
Okay.
at the window too.
Any questions or comments, or?
Your resolution.
Nope, go ahead.
Make a resolution for the town to contact local contractors to obtain quotes.
I'll second it. Roll call?
Murray?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Phelps?
Aye.
Kiefer?
Aye.
Whitman?
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstains.
At the annual leadership training that we attended on April 4th, at one of the trainings, we learned that, the maximum return check fee needs to be $20 per town. So we need to reduce our return check fee from 35 to 20.
Make a motion, we change the return check fee to $20. Second it?
Roll call?
Kiefer?
Aye.
Whitman?
Aye.
Phelps?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Murray?
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstains.
And then, did Ron speak to all of you about the BOCES working with the town highway? You too, Bob?
I didn't get a hold of Bud, I thought he was
What
out
are
of
they-
town.
What are they gonna do, buy equipment or?
Their own, they have their own equipment up there, it has nothing to do with our
Labor.
equipment.
Labor, in other words?
It's free, but it's
Yeah,
just
free.
training for the
Yeah.
BOCES students.
Yeah. That's the crew that Jeff,
More or less
just a
ride along.
Jeff worked for them, I believe.
Yes,
Howard.
Ron, do they have their own liability insurance?
Yeah, we
everything,
have that.
they're fully covered.
We have a copy of that in file. It's right here.
They actually should be done with the project Wednesday, from what he said today.
What's the project called?
What's that?
What's the project called?
I didn't label the project, they're just, part of the pit in Hendy's has been, it's already done mining, it has to be turned back over. So they're just moving some bones from one end to the other and spreading some top dirt so we can see it.
You had the crew in there taking down snow fence last week, didn't you?
That was county, yeah.
No.
Make a resolution to have the BOCES work with the town highway when requested.
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Whitman?
Aye.
Phelps?
Aye.
Smith?
Aye.
Kiefer?
Aye.
Murray?
Aye.
5 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstains.
And then I have a letter from Ron Faulkner. Due to rising personal concerns, it is appropriate for me and the town that I tender my resignation from the Fremont Zoning Board of Appeals and its chairman in particular. I will consider that my resignation will be complete when the town board appoints a new ZBA member and a new chairman of that board. There is no business before the board currently, and none on the horizon that I am aware of. Previous discussions with you, Supervisor Murray, and Town Board Member Kiefer regarding informing town officials and the new ZBA members about the purpose of the Zoning Board of Appeals is still important, and I intend to be available for that purpose. My intent is to make the transition to the new ZBA